Alrighty then, folks, we're back. It is season number 8, 9. Can't remember now. It's been a while, hasn't it? We are back in for the new season with some fresh faces to show you. And today's episode is going to show you the first 2 games of the new season. Let's get into it. Hello guys, David here and welcome back to episode number 58 of Hometown Hero here with Salisbury FC. We are back for the start of the new season and I can confirm officially it is in the Sky Bet League 1. As you would have imagined, I did say I wasn't going to do the end of the season because it was very unlikely we were going to get relegated, of which we weren't. We finished last year in 15th place, if my memory serves me correctly. As you can see there, 15th place. We ended up on 57 points in the end, so I was very pleased with that. In theory, we were actually only 8 points clear of Rotherham, who actually got relegated on the final day, unfortunately for them. But we stayed up, and that is the main thing. We've been building over the summer with a view to try and get a little bit further at the table this time around. The last couple of fixtures that season, just to give you a bit of an idea, we beat Oxford. That was the game in which we confirmed we weren't going to be relegated. We've confirmed survival. Jordan Zamora getting a late winner, which was amazing to see considering he never scores. I think it was his first and only goal for us, to be honest. A draw then with Gillingham, which was a little bit disappointing. Felt like we could have got a win there. And then again, disappointing defeat to Huddersfield, but they were vying for playoffs, and I think they might have actually got promoted in the end as well. Yes, they did. They got promoted, so yeah, we lost to a promoted side. It's not surprising, really, is it? But we're going to start the season with games against Shrewsbury Town and against AFC Wimbledon. But before we do that, I need to bring your attention to some changes in the club. First things first, we have a new chairman. Yes, Mr. I can't even remember the bloke's last name. He's already dead to me, clearly. The person who was the chairman before, his name escapes me. Frankie Reynolds, that's what it was. He has gone. Really weirdly, it just happened in the space of like a week in game. Literally straight away, the guy went, right, yeah, I'm retiring from hands-on roles. Putting the club for self, job done. And then that was it, to be honest. So we've had a new chairman come in, a chap called Lawrence Watson. I was going to go into here and show you him, but I can't do it in here, and I don't really think you can't see him anyway. He's not a real person. But yeah, Lawrence Watson is our new chairman. He came straight in. He put 300k into the football club, cleared our debts, and yeah, things are looking all right at the moment. And the good thing is he's been really good at keeping his side of the bargain, giving us money to spend, giving us some promises that we've asked for, all that sort of stuff. And I'm going to run you through those now. The first thing that's happened is we have had some improvement to our youth recruitment. I don't know how we've now got excellent academy coaching. I didn't notice that before, but fine, take it. That's always good. So yeah, we have improved our youth recruitment. I think it was limited before. It's now up to basics. It's a step in the right direction. He does want to expand the stadium. Now we can't do that yet because we haven't really got the money for it. But hopefully, if we get a good run in the cup, we can do that as well. That'd be awesome. And finally, someone has accepted our bid to get an affiliate club. So we are now officially affiliated with Southampton, who are, of course, in the Premier League. We get £100,000 a year, and we are able to take some players off them on loan as well. Haven't had any come through yet. We've not really seen anyone that's really kind of shouted out as being a really good option, but we've still got a bit of time in the transfer window. And we get that yearly friendly where we make a bit of cash off of them as well. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. It's all looking good. So financially speaking, we're actually pretty healthy right about now. We are spending spending quite a bit of money. I'll explain why that's the case in just a second. Of course, we do have a salary cap to adhere to as well, so we've got to be a little bit careful. But yeah, pleased with what we've been doing over the summer. The only thing that maybe we've let myself down on a little bit is we've struggled perhaps a small amount in terms of transfers. We have brought a handful of new people in. Of course, people have moved on because of contract expiries and stuff like that. There's a few changes to the squad, but definitely not the finished article in my eyes. Got a few people we need to try and strengthen in certain positions as well. If we go to the transfer history, you can see how busy that screen was a second ago. That's probably going to explain a lot. But if we go to released players first, I say they're released. They just didn't want to renew a contract with us. Jordan Turnbull has shifted on. Jordan Zamora has moved on. Danny Edwards. Harry Owen has moved on. He didn't play. Every time he played for us, he just didn't play very well. So, I mean, you look at those ratings, like that's a lot of games to play and not play very well in them. So, kind of glad he's moved on. Callum Rollins has left, which I'm really disappointed about. Callum just didn't want to sign a new contract with us, which is a bit of a disappointment. Maybe if does he want to do it now? Is he still open? No, he's not interested in rejoining just yet. If I'm being completely frank, he's probably a little bit beyond the quality we need now, but it would have been nice to keep him around anyway. But he didn't want to stay. He was a bit annoyed he wasn't playing ahead of Arthur Okonkwo, so unfortunately he wouldn't sign a new deal. And John Jenkins, another goalkeeper who you won't have heard much about, he has moved on as well. And that's kind of where we are at the moment. I don't think there's anyone else who we need to be aware of. No, we're not. So we're all up to date with that. So let's go into the transfers. So we made 4 transfers for the start of this new season. 3 of them were actually confirmed and sorted before the before we even finished kicking a ball in the League One campaign last year. First of which, Paddy Blackmon. We got him in on a free transfer from Chelsea, not to be confused with the other Blackman that came from Chelsea, which was Jamal. So he didn't play for us, but get the idea. As you can see, really, really good potential looking guy. He's only 17 years old. He will definitely get some game time this year. He's got some really nice looking attributes. He's got decent pace to him, and I'm sure that will improve. He's a promising winger, apparently. I don't know what mercenary means. I've got to be honest. Does that mean... I mean, mercenaries like troops, aren't they? I don't know. He's wanted on loan by a couple of clubs, but I think we'll probably keep him for the time being just to see how he beds into the squad. Like I say, he's a good little backup for Dan Brennan on the right hand side, but can play in some other positions as well, which is always nice. Next one was John Donaldson. He came in from Burnley. Not as impressed with him. He looked like he was going to be as good, if not better, than Paddy Blackmon, but isn't. He's a right back, so again, nice little backup option there. He's already out on loan. He's gone out to Weymouth. But hopefully, again, he can prove to be a decent signing in the end. And then Jonah Wall, we brought in from Leeds United. He is a left winger because, again, we needed an option there. But again, not quite fitting up to the expectations I was hoping for him. So he's gone out on loan to Hartlepool. The good thing about them is those that we've sent out on loan, we are getting money for. So they're not just sitting in someone else's squad and we're having to pay for them, which is nice. Final one we brought in the back side of the year was Jude Russell. He's come in from Forest Green Rovers. He is a right back by trade, but can play centre half if we need to, which is a good option right now because we're kind of lacking in the centre half department, which is a bit an area that I need to strengthen. Yeah, he looks pretty good. He seems to do the job. He will kind of battle in, I think, with Kane Kessler in that, but I think he's probably better than Kessler at the moment, to be honest. So we'll see how he gets on. But yeah, please, we got him in really low fee as well, which is quite nice. If you compare them to the likes of Dan Brennan, for a similar quality player, I would say quite pleasing little stat to bring him in. And then since the turn of the year, as you see, there's confirmation that John Donaldson and Jonah Wall went out on loan. Miles Hemmings has left the club. I was getting to the point where I was struggling with registration issues in terms of getting people in. Yeah, there was no point in him staying. He didn't want to stay. We're paying him more than he really deserved to be paid. So yeah, he's gone to Leyton Orient, and weirdly enough, it's already on the loan list, which is a little bit strange. Maybe we could loan him back. I doubt he'd want to come though, I've got to be honest. So he left for, I think it was £60,000 in the end. Yeah, so it's actually a record transfer out. But yeah, he's moved on, so no more from him. Other 3 people that we brought in, 2 of them you recognise. So Stretch Armstrong we brought in on a free transfer. I was really, really struggling to decide whether I'd do this or not. And then I went and put the contract offer in, and he actually accepted an offer £800 a week less than what he was paid when we had him on loan. And he had a pretty decent end to the season. And from what you can see there, a really good start to the season in terms of the friendlies that we played as well. So very pleased he's come in. Hopefully he can actually kick on, and now he's got some. Now he's officially with us. Hopefully he can be good for us in the coming weeks and months and years. Next one we brought in was Neil Rowlands. His contract expired at Peterborough. Sorry, so we brought him in again. I mean, he didn't play a huge amount last year, but he's a good rotation option to go up front because I like to keep these things changing around a little bit, and he can play on the right wing. So it's never the worst option. And the final one is a name I'm very familiar with from the fact I support Leeds United by day as well, is Charlie Taylor. He has come in from, I think he left Cardiff in the end. Yeah, he went from Burnley to Cardiff to Salisbury. And he is a very experienced option on the left-hand side. I kind of just felt, I mean, Zamora, obviously, as you saw, he moved on. Fuad Sesse was never really the best player in the world when it came to actual performances. I'm hoping that Charlie can come in. He's on quite a bit of money. He's on 4k a week, so quite a bit more than I would have wanted. But I'm looking at those mental stats. I'm looking at the technicals, apart from the dribbling. And I'm really pleased with what we've got. He's a little bit slow, but we'll play him as a fullback, I think, rather than a wing back. And make most of that if we need to. But yeah, really pleased we've got him in. Should be a really good level of experience to bring into the squad as well. And we have, as you will have seen, got a lot of people that we're trying to either bring in or shift on. So Neil McCarthy looking to get him out on loan. Niels Frank looking to get him out on loan. Brian de Klerk is a centre mid / winger that we're looking to bring in from Millwall on loan. Hopefully he'll be in by the next episode, or potentially even by the next game, because the loan offer has been accepted. So I'm hoping we can get him in. Looks like a really nice option. We've not got a full scout on him at the moment, but from what I can tell, he looks like he'd be a good option for us. So it's nice. And then we're also looking at Scott Butler and Terrell Thomas, who are centre halves. I'm not going to divvy too much into them because I haven't seen much about them myself, but I've just put contract offers in just so I can get something there for me. So yeah, been very, very busy indeed. But anyway, I've rambled on for 10 minutes now, just to give you a bit of a heads up and see where we're at. Let's go into the first game of the season against Shrewsbury Town. We lost them both games last season, I think, did, in the end. And we're back with the trusty 4-4-2. So we're going to go for the back to basics to start off. I think it tends to be the nice way to do it. Plus, I feel it worked better for us last season. The 4-3-3 didn't really end up doing the job I was hoping it would, if I'm being completely honest. So, yeah, we're going to go for the 4-4-2 again. So, the lineup you will see is a Okonkwo in goal. Taylor, Lovell, Sutcliffe and Kessler is the back four for the first game of the season. Jude Russell is on the bench. I'm still not entirely up to speed with him yet, so I'm going to leave Kessler there just for now. And he's got a good little partnership with Brennan ahead of him. Stretch Armstrong, Paddy Blackmon makes his debut. Alfie Doherty and Danny Brennan are on the midfield four. And then it's your standard top two of Aaron Owen and Sam Rodber sitting up top. Jude Russell on the bench. Rowland's on the bench. What I'm really pleased with, no loanees in the side at all, which is amazing. We will need to get a couple in, I think. Actually, we've got a few people. We probably need to beef out the back end of the squad a little bit. But yeah, whilst we're not finished, I'm still pretty pleased with what we've got at the moment. I'm looking forward to seeing how our debutants get on. See how Paddy Blackmon and Charlie Taylor get on in their first game for the club. First games for the club. So let's kick things off. Hopefully in what is... Oh no, we're not at Victoria Park, are we? We're in Shrewsbury for this one. Hopefully get off to a winning start to the season. Nice ball out from Doherty to Stretch Armstrong. We did actually try and bring in Luke Butterfield, but he didn't join us in the end. I think he went to crew ball in. Brennan's there! 20 seconds into the new season, and Dan Brennan gets us off to an absolute flyer. Stretch Armstrong whips a perler of a ball into the back post, and Brennan mops up. Where is he? Comes from so wide. Was it? Yeah, it was Stretch Armstrong. Yeah, Stretch puts the ball in. Brennan just really, really quietly and sneakily just drops in at the back post, nods it in, and we're 1-0 up at the start of the season. 20 seconds in. That's exactly how you want to start your new season. Rodber gets the ball over the top, play through to him. Oh, and it's nearly a chance for two, and we are top of the table because no one else has scored so far this season. I'd love it for it to stay that way. Charlie Taylor whips a ball in. Oh, not the best ball in the world. Gets another bite of the cherry there. Whips across in. Sutcliffe. Oh, doesn't come of it this time. But we are creating chances early doors. And Shrewsbury were a team that were quite well, they were near to us in the table last year. They were down towards the bottom end. So we need to try and make sure that we get the wins against teams like this wherever we can, because they're going to be very important to us come the end of the season. But for the first 25 minutes, half an hour, I'm pleased with how we've kicked off. Kessler heads the ball away. Brennan, that's a superhuman header from Dan Brennan there. Rodber rounds his man. Can he find anyone? Keeps going. Whips a ball in. Aaron Owen's in the middle. Oh, doesn't get on the giant noggin that Aaron Owen possesses. That's a fantastic challenge by Alfie Doherty. I'm looking for a big performance from him this season now that Butterfield's left the club. Owen plays Charlie Taylor, who's very involved early doors, which is nice. Stretch Armstrong, Aaron Owen finds Taylor. Can he whip a ball in? He can. Oh, Rob pops to Rodber. Oh, I thought Rodber was going to get on the end of it in the first place. He didn't. Oh, we are creating chances hand over fist. Aaron Owen, it's the crossbar. Oh, my goodness me. Chances galore for Salisbury in the first half. Look at that. This is exactly how I wanted us to start this season. This is a huge start so far. Very, very pleased with this first 45. Got another chance at the end of the half. Charlie Taylor whips the ball in. Aaron Owen. Oh, it's over the bar this time. Oh, Aaron Owen's got to get himself a goal in this game. Look at these. Look at these ratings. Charlie Taylor's having a barnstormer. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Capable of even better. I think we are, gentlemen. I think we are. Tell you what, for a first half performance, I'm very, very pleased indeed. The fact that the only disappointment, I'll be honest, is the fact that it's only 1-0. We could be 2 or 3 up. had we managed to get a couple of the chances in. Kessler's going to get the throw in, stretch Armstrong. Can he whip a ball across? Big dinking ball. Lovell. Oh, so close. We're getting so many chances. We just need to put another one in the back of the net. I think we'll make a change in a minute. Stretch Armstrong's picked up a yellow card. And I think we'll bring... Oh, I don't know who to bring off. To be honest, they're all really fresh and playing well. I might actually bring off Kessler, who's the only one who's not really done a huge amount just up until now. And we'll bring on Jude Russell to give him a chance to stretch his legs in the new side. I think Stretch Armstrong can come off as well. Just trying to figure out who we're going to put on there. I suppose Neil McCarthy is going to be the one we probably need to bring in a left winger there just to have a backup for Stretch. Because if Neil McCarthy does go out on loan, which chances are he will, we need to be bearing that in mind. And then we'll make a final change. Paddy Blackmon not really had too much to say of himself so far, and again shows us that we do need a bit of depth in midfield because Niels Frank, who's also about to go out on loan, is into the side as well. But with 10 minutes left, just need to try and see this out now. Shrewsbury coming forwards. Neil McCarthy's huge. It's absolutely enormous. Look at the size of him. He's a unit. Anyway, ball across. Shrewsbury whips the ball in. Not like this. Oh, we've dominated the entire game. Enoch Asante, I know him because he's had a 5.9 rating for the majority of this game, and he's popped up and got the bloody goal, hasn't he? Oh, what have I done there? What have I just done? Someone's come off, have they? Looks like Jude Russell's like, oh, he's come off injured. Nightmare. Potential arm injury. You know, use your arms. If you have to be sent off because your arms, you're doing something wrong, lad. And Shrewsbury are going to come on here. They're coming on strong and have turned it round. And it's back to Salisbury of old in the League One campaign. That is very, very frustrating. Oh, we've been turned over and we don't deserve this at all. That is absolutely rubbish. Apparently the goal owed to Charlie Taylor's mistake. I didn't quite catch that one myself. But anyway, Brennan, Lovell heads back to him. Oh, it just doesn't get to a Salisbury head. Hodder headed back in. Taylor's going to pick it back up again. Pings a ball over. Nothing coming. McCarthy kneels it down to Frank. Nods it down to Frank. Not kneels it down. That's his first name, David. Not what he's doing. Come on. Oh, why did no one try and get the ball off him there? Shrewsbury on the counter. It's going to be 3-1, isn't it? We're going to lose this 3-1. And that's turned from a fantastic start to an absolute shocker. That is really, really poor. We played so well in that first half. And it just owes to just not doing what we needed to do in the second half. And as a result, we've been done over. Not impressed. That's made this defeat even more annoying for me now because we're going to lose 4-1. Oh, Jesus. Whittaker's missed, fortunately. But look at this. How many opportunities is Shrewsbury going to get at the end of this half? We've gone down to 21st. We're in the relegation zone already. Goodness me. I'm just saying, before this game, or at the start of this game, these are the games we need to win. And we've been absolutely turned over. Dominated the game. Lost the game 3-1. Very, very poor. I'm going to throw the bottle. Because that was rubbish. We were so much better than them in the first half. We didn't see the game out. And as a result, we've lost 3-1. Very, very disappointing. Paddy Blackman's already annoyed with my club antics. I mean, I thought you were crap. That's why I was annoyed. I'll promise you I'll do better because that just seems like the sensible thing. I don't want to piss off the new guy too soon. Russell is out for 5 to 6 weeks already. Goodness me. Right. We'll head on to AFC Wimbledon and we'll welcome back to Victoria Park and hopefully get our first win of the season. Alrighty then, folks. Time for the home game against AFC Wimbledon. We have had one new person join the club. I have delayed a couple of transfers because we've got some others that I would prefer to come through. But Scott Butler has come in on a free transfer. Previously of Swansea, he did do a loan, as you can see, of Newport County. I feel like I've been duped a little bit in terms of the quality of him, considering how much we're paying, £5,500 for a couple of years, but I think we'll be okay. I think he'll be a really good player for us. We needed to strengthen up that centre-half position, and I think that Scott's going to do a really good job of that, so I'm hoping he can do a good bit of work for us. Not starting today's game, as you may see, he's on the bench, but yeah, he'll get some game time over the coming weeks and months, I've no doubt whatsoever. The team is pretty much, in fact, it is exactly the same as it was in the last game. So Conquo, Taylor Lovell, Sutcliffe, Kessler, Stretch Armstrong, Doherty, Blackmon and Brennan. These two have just switched around. Don't know why they switched around. That's a bit weird. There we go. Let's put them back where I wanted them. And then Aaron Owen and Sam Rodbert up top. Neil Rowlands is injured, which is frustrating. He's out for a couple of weeks. Obviously, Jude Russell, you saw, was injured as well. Sam Perry's still injured, so he's not back in just yet. He got injured against Laverstock and Ford, would you believe? So, yeah. Still work to be done in terms of getting all this does exactly the same squad for us today as we had, or exactly the same team rather. I think the only change to the squad, to be honest, is to do with Butler replacing Russell, because obviously he's injured for the next 5 to 6 weeks, which is very annoying. Hopefully we can get a win against Wimbledon. I'm never saying that again. Worst joke in the history of mankind. But yeah. Hopefully we can start. I mean, we've not started off the way we did last game, but we are having a lot of the ball and creating a couple of chances. So we just need to try and create a little bit more in terms of quality chances, it seems. Most of the way through the first half now, and still nothing coming, but we are dominating the ball, which is nice. Not something we normally do. Normally play more of a counter-attacking football. We can see Wimbledon starting to get themselves into the game a little bit. Finally, we get a highlight, 43 minutes in. Brennan heads it down to Doherty, who finds Stretch Armstrong on the right-hand side. It's stacked out Victoria Park by the looks of it. Can't see a single seat in the house. Stretch puts the ball in. Goes back to Blackmon. Taylor gets a bite of the cherry. Whips the ball in. Brennan back post. Oh, it was nearly a carbon copy of the first goal of the season, or the only goal of the season so far, let's be honest. But didn't find the back of the net. We are by far the better team. 100%. I've got to be very careful of what I'd say to Paddy Blackmon, because otherwise he'll moan again and he'll end up not wanting to play for us anymore, because that's apparently how it works here. I think I have well enough reason to be very angry at how they played in the last game, but apparently that's not the case. And pick up where you left off, the yellow cards are coming in, as many as you like. Annoyingly now, don't have anyone who I can bring on in replacement of Blackmon. What we can do though is we can shift things around a little bit. We can bring Sutcliffe into the middle because we know he can play there. He's not fantastic there, but he can do a job as a defensive centre midfielder. And then we'll bring Scott Butler on for his debut. Plays a ball-playing defender as well. That's interesting. Good to know. And then I think that'll do for now. No point making too many changes too early on. Fire the lads up. See if we can get a result. Because, yeah, not particularly impressed with that first game. Don't know about you guys, but I'm certainly not impressed. Look at these. We've got some tired legs in the squad now. Let's bring on Thistleton on the right. And then we'll bring on McCarthy again on the left. Get all of our changes done. Final 10 minutes. Demand more for the final 10. See if we can get a shot on goal. So we can make something of it. We have had the more of the ball. We've had more of the shots. The more of the shots on target. And the XG suggests that as well. Thistleton plays Rodbert. Plays Kessler. Can he get a ball in? He can, but no one's there to get on the end of it. Out to Neil McCarthy. Can he get a ball in this time? He can't. Taylor does, though. Rodbert's there. Oh, it's disallowed for offside. It looked like he was miles beyond the line of play, to be fair. Let's see exactly how far beyond it was. That's a lovely first-time ball. Look at how close that was. Can't actually see it because of the camera angle, but that is inches away from being the winning goal. And I think, yeah, that's it. It's a 0-0 draw in the end, which is a little bit disappointing in the grander scheme of things. But all things considered, a point out of our first two against two decent teams like Wimbledon and Shrewsbury, I'm relatively pleased with at this stage. So not the worst thing in the world. You see stacked out crowd at Victoria Park. We'll have to see if we can get that stadium expansion done sooner rather than later. Can we do it now? We can't ask for it yet, won't let us, which is a bit disappointing. But yeah, looking good at the moment. Losing a bit of money, of course. What's the projection saying? Whoa, that's not good. That's a lot of money we're going to be losing over the next year. So we need to be very aware of that. Hopefully the chairman's a little bit more deep-pocketed than the others have been in the past. And we can do something about that. Let's just shift this around a bit as well. Let's put ourselves. Don't really need much in the transfer kitty. Let's just make it look a bit nicer from a budget perspective as well. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode. We will come back on Wednesday for the games, I think, against Plymouth and Walsall. Just noticed we've got a little Coventry double header in there as well. So yeah, we'll come back for the Plymouth and Walsall games. In the meantime, we'll get these games played offline. And hopefully after that point, we'll start to have a little bit of an idea where we're sitting in the league in terms of our form. Hopefully, a couple of wins in the meantime as well. But that's going to be it for today, guys. thank you ever so much for watching. If you haven't done already, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. And I'll see you guys again very soon. Take care. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.